Tyree.
What's up, Raider Nation? Welcome to For Life, our Raider story. I'm Spicy Raider Girl here with Mother Moon and our special guest, Johnny from the nation's most hated. You know that's right. You know that's right. Thank you all for joining us for draft day number 2. Draft day number 2. There were a lot of surprises in yesterday's draft, I think. So we're gonna recap yesterday, and we're gonna put our predictions in for today. We'll bring you all the live coverage. We are broadcasting live from the legendary Ricky's in San Leandro. You can see it behind us. It's going to be packed soon because, of course, the Warriors will be playing in about an hour. So they're having a draft party and a Warriors party. So we expect this joint to be popping real soon.
And we appreciate them for allowing us to be here to broadcast live with everyone.
Yes.
So if you're in the area, come on down.
All right. Remember, light that torch, hit that like button. Subscribe and become a member if you'd like. You can also support the channel by hitting that super chat button, of course. And we do have a drinking game alert today. Every time we say Ricky's, make sure you take a drink. If you don't drink, you better start talking or twerk. Having a hard time hearing you guys there. Why?
Well, I'm here and we're having a good time. And I'm not going to be twerking tonight.
Okay, fair enough. Let's go over what happened in yesterday's draft. Of course, you see it on the screen there. The Raiders got Tyree Wilson, an edge rusher. What are your thoughts on that, on the Raiders draft pick yesterday?
They did the right thing because if you don't get a defense, nothing matters. Devontae Adams, running game, and whatever we fill in tight end, it won't matter without a good defense. It all starts in the middle. It all starts with pressure from the middle, which I believe will be fine. But the edge has been solidified. Chandler Jones there too. Max Crosby, he's a man. But look, get Mahomes. Get him on the floor over again. I don't care what it takes. This day 2, we can find all the gems that are going to make this defense one hell of a defense. And that's all we really need. A lot of guys want corners, and I understand that. But without pressure, they're going to get burnt too. So let's do it. Raider Nation, the future's here. The defense,
and right.
Top 10.
And Tyree, I think, is our guy to be that bookend with Mad Max. The arm span he has, I think he knows Mahomes a bit. So, how he moves and whatnot. Been watching some reels on that. I'm really excited to see what Tyree can bring us. I mean, I'm really excited.
Yeah, me too. It's definitely, I think it's, the draft's always everyone's going to have an opinion on if the Raiders had a good draft or not, right? I think this was a good pick. There's been years past where I didn't necessarily agree with who they drafted. I think this is a good pick. Defense is a must. An edge rusher, I think it's going to be important. Now you can have, really attack from both sides. That's been kind of lacking. I know the Raiders have, they need to develop him. I don't know if he's ready to start immediately, but I think that's okay. I think he can learn a lot and really contribute to the team. So there are the rest of the draft pick results from yesterday. There were some surprises with a lot of talent left on the table. So as we know, the Raiders have the 38th pick today. I keep wanting to say 7 because it almost is equivalent to 7 in the second round. But who do you think they're going with? I mean, there's still quarterbacks on the table. I think the surprise was Will Levis is still there. I know Omar, what's up, his favorite, Hendon Hooker is still there. Do you think the Raiders could potentially go for a quarterback? And will that quarterback still be there when it comes around to their pick?
Well, I'm thinking why not get a quarterback right now? Get him while he's young and fresh. And see if Garoppolo could, put him under his wing and have him there for later on. So I'm okay with getting a quarterback on the draft.
Yeah. So, and I think there's a few other positions that the Raiders need. What do you think the Raiders can focus on if it's not quarterback position wise?
I think they might get a corner, but hopefully they can find a great defensive tackle. I'm really big on the defensive tackle this year, like crazy. But I definitely like the quarterback idea because it is the second round, and you might find someone that can just sit. And he can't be great. Hendon Hooker or Will Levis. So those are decent quarterbacks if you want to take one in the second round. But it is the second round, so still want to draft the best player available. So if someone can make that impact, you got to take.
Now, Levis was a bit disappointed if that not getting picked.
Yeah, well, of
You know,
course. I
yeah.
think anyone would be because, he was expected to go
Yes.
in the first round. But it happens. You never know what can happen on draft day. Um, Omar says that there are several really good CBs. Could be too tempting to pass on. Let's actually go ahead and look at some of. Oh, why is my screen not showing what I'm showing? Hang on. I'm going to say we want to go ahead and look at some of what defense that is left. Well, the defense that was kind of available to begin with. Some people have been taken. Where you see who's left here? Who do you like? We have Joey Porter Jr., who has yet to be drafted. I mean, do you like someone like him for the Raiders at corner?
I would take it. I also like Mozzie Smith, but Joey Porter would be a good cornerback for us.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good choice for me as well. I want somebody not just to be tough, they gotta look tough. They have to, right? They have to be scary out there on the field, and having a big man out there, I think we need that.
Yeah, you don't want people running those little merry-go-round circles on our field like the Chiefs did at the last
Oh my god.
game of the year.
Oh,
I was embarrassed for them. But here's a look at obviously some of these guys have been drafted, some of them haven't. So there's still, if we're talking defense, there are still some players, some really good talent I think that was left on the table for a second round draft pick. So obviously if you were following, we showed who was drafted earlier and out of this bunch, who's left. Anyone else that's kind of left that stands out to you that you think the Raiders can pick up?
I would say more of a surprise move the Raiders might make. You never know if they might trade some picks and get a guy from another team that maybe it's a great safety, maybe a lineman, maybe a linebacker. You never know. Also, McDaniels likes receivers, obviously, so maybe he might take a shot on some crazy speed out there. Obviously, the Raiders do need a tight end, even though they got some guys that might fill the void. But it's a good tight end draft, and there's a lot of great tight ends in this draft, and a lot of people, ESPN analysts and stuff like that, have tight ends going very soon in this round too.
Yeah, and let's take a look at who's kind of left on the offensive side of the ball here. So what we see here, obviously we talked about the quarterback position of the four there. Will Levis is the only one left of these four. Of course, we mentioned Hendon Hooker. And then you looked at wide receiver. What do you think? You spoke on wide receivers a little bit. Do you think any of these guys stand out or can help the Raiders? And is that really where they need to go? I mean, we already have Devontae Adams, obviously, arguably the best receiver in the league.
I don't think it's a need, but I feel like it would just be a thing to just sprinkle in. And honestly, as long as he's got some speed, okay? Because we got the possession guys, Devontae Adams and Jacoby Myers. We still have Renfro, but you just add a little fun piece to the puzzle, then you can do that. But I wouldn't go too crazy with it. We still need a lot of defense, and a lot of people are going to go crazy if they see us go heavy in the offense.
I think so too. And I hear a lot of talk about offensive line. I get the offensive line is important, but for me, I like the defensive pick yesterday, and I'm glad they didn't go with an offensive lineman. What are your thoughts on that?
All I could think of was picking Alex Leatherwood, and I did not want something like that to happen again,
Right.
especially with that pick. No, not too many people are totally sold on our offensive line yet, but it got the job done and got better as it went. And Jermaine Illuminor is a good player, and we re-signed him. And to get another offensive tackle or whatever would be a waste. And I think they did a good job last year of getting guys like Parham that may be great players on the line. So, I have faith in the line. I do believe the way they run the team, they're great with developing an offensive line.
Yeah, and speaking of, you did touch on a little bit of what the Raiders did 2 years ago with Alex Leatherwood in the 2021 draft. Let's kind of look back at the history of the Raiders drafting. While Pittsburgh is on the clock here, they are the first to draft in round 2. They've got about 3 minutes left. But until the pick is in, let's go ahead and talk about some of the drafting class of the first round the years prior. I mean, if you look at these, in my opinion, a lot of them are bust. We spoke on Alex Leatherwood, bust. Henry Ruggs, bust. Damon Arnett, bust. I don't think he really left up to his potential personally.
Half a bust.
Half of us. Josh Jacobs, of course, I think he's awesome.
Yes.
Jonathan Abram was more or less a bust. I mean, he was injured, and they ultimately ended up trading him. Colton Miller. I mean,
Ollie, bust.
He's good.
he's good. He's good.
We weren't excited to get an offensive lineman, but
Right.
he's a good player. He did develop.
Garion Connolly, of course, Carl Joseph. I think he was a fan favorite. No longer with the team. Amari Cooper, I think, did not get treated fairly as a Raider personally. But yeah, so there's the classes. There's the class of before. I really thought the Raiders had a good chance to develop the 2019 season, but that did not happen. And most of the guys from that season are no longer with the team. Unfortunately, that would have been a really good rebuilding year. Is the pick in, Mother Moon?
It says, yes, pick is in. The Steelers have put their pick in.
Raiders. We've got some friends coming in to join the show. Come on in. You're welcome to come in and hang out.
We're here at Ricky's in case you just joined us, and the drinking game of the day is Ricky's.
Is Ricky's. Yeah, every time we say Ricky's, you know what to do. Let's take a look at some of these comments here. Leilani, hi, at work but trying to listen in. Thank you, girl. We appreciate you. It's Friday. Wish I could participate in drinking game. LF3 Raiders. We wish you could too. What's up, Scotty Waddy Raider One? Thank you for joining us. So, well, the pick is in for the Steelers.
Kind of stalling up there. Something's going on. So the pick is in.
Well, the pick is in, so I think they're probably just waiting for or I don't know who's the person giving or announcing the picks today. I don't think it's the commissioner.
Yeah, I apologize. I don't know that.
No worries, but they're probably waiting for whoever that person is. So the Raiders are obviously we're here for that, right? We are here for that. We really just want to see what the Raiders are going to do. 12 picks overall. 12 picks is a lot of picks. They haven't had. The last time the Raiders, I think, came close to this was 2019 with 9 picks. I mean, 12 is a ton. I mean, if they hit on 25% of those, that's 3 solid players.
Nice.
All right, the pick is in. We will wait to see here what the Steelers decide to do.
Joey Porter's off the board.
Oh, Joey Porter. Okay, we were just talking about him. We thought he would actually be good potentially for the Raiders, but no luck. He will be a Steeler. But, that's okay. Okay, it's going to be hard to predict what's going on here. So let's take a look at Joey Porter, some highlights of his. While he comes up. Or he's actually probably not there. I don't think is anyone there? Are any of the players there today in the green room?
Actually, yeah, I have.
No, I actually heard Will Levis is definitely
not.
Going
He took the first flight out.
Yeah, him and his girlfriend packed the bags and went home.
It's not often that they're the second day.
Well, especially if you think you're going to be a first round pick. Scotty Waddy Raider One says 12 picks is tied for the most this year with the Texans. Thank you so much for that. By the way, the Texans killed it yesterday, in my opinion. When they picked C.J. Stroud at number 2, and then traded up for Will Anderson Jr. at number 3, you get 2 great prospects, one on each side of the ball. I mean, my favorite for the Raiders. I'm happy with Tyree Wilson. My favorite for the Raiders would have been Will Anderson Jr. Right? So I think that the Texans really kind of made out there. I mean, can you imagine getting 2 top picks like that? Good job for whoever.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, good work.
Big mistake, big boss move doing that. I mean, come on, second pick and the third pick. No one gets that unless you get the first and the second. But really, that's a great move for them. If they get it right, that's cool. We'll see what happens. We're gonna have to deal with them.
Yeah, we have Arizona on the clock now. 3 minutes to go, and
just a note, that clock is little. They get less time today.
Yes, 7 minutes, correct? Instead of 10.
So they got some quick thinking to do.
They do. I forgot what I was going to say regarding.
Okay. I thought you were going to say that's such a great pick that someone had yesterday.
So we'll see. There's so the Steelers so far in round one, they have Broderick Jones in round two, Jody Porter Jr. So offensive tackle and I'm like losing my mind here. All right, so we're still looking at some highlights from Joey Porter Jr. here. We are going to focus our attention to who we think the Arizona Cardinals are going to pick. Any predictions?
I'm not too sure, but hopefully it's somebody that Niner fans would be afraid of, right? For years to come.
Oh yeah, yeah. Help yourself. We're live, but it's okay. We have some cupcakes here, and our Ray, who is such a great host here at Ricky's. She wants one of our Raiders inspired cupcakes, and you help yourself, girl.
You go right here.
We're putting her on the spot here.
Right.
This is Ray.
Hello, everyone.
You want to put up? You go ahead and use the mic.
Let me help you out here with this.
She is our friendly host here at Ricky's. And if you don't know, the legendary Ricky's is now reopened.
Yes.
Tell us about, hold the mic up to your beautiful lips. Tell us a little bit about the grand reopening of this legendary bar.
Well, right now we're going through like a little soft opening, going through the transition of being able to reinstate the old field of Ricky's. We love it how it was before. We don't want to change much about it. Basically, just here Wednesday through Sunday,
Okay.
3 p.m. until about 11 p.m. at night for right now.
Okay.
We're just getting back into the groove of things. So we're excited to be here and welcome everyone back.
Yeah, thank you so much. I came a couple weeks ago for the soft opening, and there was literally standing room only. It was such a great time. I think it's going to be like that today.
Yes.
You see Dubs fans already in here waiting for the game that doesn't start for another 40 minutes. Everyone wants to make sure they get their seat because there will be standing room only. The biggest question that I have received to ask, maybe you, maybe not, where did all of the old Oakland Raiders memorabilia go?
It's still here.
Oh,
We're in a process of getting everything up properly
okay.
to be able to put it on display. Everything is in the back there, so protected. A few things. Let's take a look here.
Yeah.
If you look in the corner there, the Adams jersey is not necessarily Raiders, but
Yep.
go ahead and we got that put up for you. And so we're going to just go ahead and change a few things and make sure that they're displayed properly.
Yeah, the place, if you haven't been here, if you're local in the area, come through, come watch the game tonight, come watch the draft with us. It's beautifully remodeled, but yeah, there's a lot of the old charm as well. And by the way, and the food's really good. I can't wait. I'm getting the chicken. They're like the chicken tenders.
The chicken
Those are
tenders,
so good. They're like juicy chicken breasts without a lot of like bread. You know, so you really get like the chicken. They're delicious. I've been like, I came here on. When did we come here? Tuesday? Because I didn't realize you weren't open, and I was like so craving these chicken breasts. Yes. And I won't say where we went, but we got the chicken strips there, and I was so disappointed. So I'm getting those today. So anyway, the food is great, the drinks are great, the staff is super nice, very hospitable. So we thank you for that. Come check out Ricky's, the
Will Levis
newly
was
remodeled.
Come on down. We're waiting for you.
Yes, thank you, darling, so much. We'll let you get back to work, or hostessing, or whatever you're doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're
All right, bye.
The legendary Will Levis has been picked by the Tennessee Titans. It's the new Tannehill, baby.
All right, it looks like so. Arizona traded with Tennessee, so Arizona did not pick, correct? So it looks like, thank you, Wes Craven, for that tidbit while we were interviewing our beautiful friend Ray there. So it looks like Arizona traded with Tennessee and got Will Levis. So he finally went. Let's look at a few highlights of I would love this year.
He got.
He got. He gonna be a Tennessee Titan.
Would love to see his reaction.
I know. Maybe he's on Twitter or something.
Let me speak to the imperative.
Hope his girl doesn't walk out.
232
Nah.
pounds.
Hey, second round draft money is not as good as first round draft money, but you know, he's still not poor. He's still not poor. Yeah, I watched his pro day, and you know they were saying that he did need some development, so I guess it's not a total shock that he kind of dropped there. But I didn't think he would fall out of the first round.
Agreed. I didn't think so either.
Yeah.
That must just be heartbreaking. Thinking that you're right there, everybody wants you.
You might be pissed now, though. You might make everybody pay.
Well, yeah. No, hey, having a chip on your shoulder, I think, is good. You know, I think for anybody, like, it lights a fire under you and it gets you motivated. Okay, that's got it. You know, he's got talent. He's athletic. You just solve a hurdle there. You're coming in.
But you can't have a chip on your shoulder going through GMs, going through different teams, and then for some reason they don't want that chip. They want you to have that chip on your shoulder.
Well, I was thinking more of a chip on the shoulder of being everything wrong. Like all of you passed on me, and now when I play you, I'm gonna make you regret it. That's what I mean.
Okay, yeah, agreed.
Yeah. You know, like the fire to get you motivated. You didn't want me? I'm gonna light up on you. And that's how I would.
Right.
That's right.
You know,
Hey, that's damn right.
Here's that.
So yeah, I think that definitely helps. Who do we have on the clock now? We have the Lions on the clock. Oh, and the pick is in already.
They're quick.
They're moving quick today, which means we're gonna get to our Raiders. It looks like sooner than later. So we'll see who the Lions. By the way, I mean, I hate to kind of put any team down, but going to the NFL is everyone's dream. Every one of these guys dreams come true. But wouldn't you like be bummed if you were chosen by the Detroit Lions? I mean, how would you say it?
Well, you know, I went with Sam Laporta.
All right, who did they choose?
Sam Laporta.
Tight end.
Sam Laporta, tight end out of Iowa. I don't think we don't have any footage on him.
Who the
Okay, he's 6'3", 245, so he's got a lot to give there.
All right. So yeah, so this particular tight end, of course, is off the tip. You had mentioned the Raiders. You thought the Raiders could potentially pick up a tight end, but not happening with Sam Laporta, which I think is probably okay.
Okay, I'm okay with
Let's go to the comments here and see what all of you are thinking. What is our pick? Who's on the clock now? Let's see. I should probably know the answer to this.
Indy's about to be on.
Indy's on the clock. Do you have any insight of who Indy needs?
I'm just mad about that loss we had against them last season, really.
Oh wait, what happened? I think I missed that.
Blew a 17-point lead to
Oh, lost. I thought you said lawsuit.
I'm
I'm on. Give me the team.
Speaking of lawsuits.
I'm on. Give me the team. What did I miss?
Yeah, they might get a quarterback. They might get Hooker.
Let's see. Oh, Omar would love that. Wes Kervis said, WTF. They're leaving Mayer on the board. Omar would love. Oh, if they get Hooker, I think Omar's gonna order the jersey like immediately. So the Raiders are on the clock, everybody. Round 2. They are already on the clock.
See how long it's.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, the anticipation is building. They're at about 6 minutes right now.
Now, yesterday when they were on the clock, the anticipation was really there. Really excited.
Yeah,
that was fun.
Oh my gosh. Omar, are you there? Your boy Hendon Hooker is still available. Can you believe it? Oh my gosh. Omar, if they pick him, you need to call him.
Everybody wants a Hooker on the team. Let's see if we get him.
Yeah, that's what he said. But no.
You're in that neighborhood. Once again, we are at Ricky's Drink in San Leandro. I'm just going on the second week or so for the re-grand opening. They are showing the Raiders Lakers game. They're showing the Warriors game. They're gonna have the Lakers game on tonight. However you want to put it. But
What
it's
we want.
getting to be a full house. Come on in.
Yeah, it's definitely getting packed up there. And hopefully we'll have some special guests coming through that will be on as well. Or if you haven't already, light that torch, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Become a member. And let's see. Raider Art says, congrats to the reopening of Ricky's Sports Bar. Yes, congrats to them. Like I said, if you're in the area, come through. We're gonna be here for a while. So this draft is actually going by really quickly. We're what, at 38 in the first 28 minutes.
Yeah.
They would go to commercial when our pick is in.
I know, right?
The hell.
They would, totally. Like, come on, can you give us like
No,
some insight
no.
here?
Why would you think that they're going to give the Raiders any kind of
respect? Omar says it wouldn't surprise me if it's not Hooker though. All right, well, what do you think? I mean, yeah, let's talk about it a little bit. I mean, we do have. I feel like it's going to be like a lineman or something like that. What do you think? I don't know. The Raiders always like I can't even predict what the Raiders are going to do. They're always it's always a surprise. I feel like it's never like what I think should happen or.
Yesterday was the first for you, I bet. Pretty normal of a pick.
Yeah, that one I was kind of expecting, and I thought it was a good pick, and I'm happy with that one. But yeah, you can go so many. I mean, the thing is, there's so many options. Right? Here we go in for the Raiders.
Let's see. And once again, I'm going to be supportive. I'm not going to be negative now here. I just
No, whoever this Raider is, we definitely have to support whoever.
absolutely.
Oh, there's Hollywood. Our boy Hollywood is on the screen right now if you're watching. Raiders trade up to number 34, 35 overall
Moved up
pick.
2
So
spots.
they moved up 2 spots, right? So they definitely know who they wanted to go for, right? You're not making moves like that unless you absolutely know.
Raider Nation in the house.
Right.
Here we go.
So here we go. Oh my gosh. Who is it?
Who is it?
Oh my gosh.
It's like, is it boy or girl? Is it boy or girl? Birthday.
We got a tight end, the best tight end in the
Michael
draft.
Mayer, tight end. Okay, so they knew they wanted him. They traded up 2 spots for him. And I think someone in the comments had just said that that's who they thought. Who said that? Somebody had Oh yeah, Wes Craven. There you go. Take Mayer, tight end, Notre Dame.
Baby Kelsey.
Do you have some footage on that, girl?
Hey, yeah, Moon.
Good pick, guys. Good pick. Offense is loaded now.
So baby Kelsey, I love that because I love me a full size Kelsey. So when we get the baby one, I'm not mad. I'm just saying.
Raiders did a good job with this pick.
All right.
A lot of people had this guy on their early list for the best player available.
2021 third team AP All-American. Career 180 receptions, 2,099 yards, 18 touchdowns, most by any Notre Dame tight end. And he's not bad to look at either, ladies.
He looked like a Ken doll right there.
He kind of did, So, of course, we know the Raiders in the first round of the 7th pick got Tyree Wilson. Second round at the 35th pick, moving up 2 spots, Michael Mayer. I don't know what they gave up for him.
I don't know too much.
I hope it's not too much. But they knew they wanted him because you don't make moves like that unless you know that's your guy. And you're worried that he's going to be taken in 2 spots.
True.
You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, so the LA Rams are on the clock now with 2 minutes left. So they either thought that perhaps the Rams or Seattle, which were the original 2 picks before them, wanted this guy.
Yeah, they were quick and eager, so I'm glad whatever moves they made, I'm glad they did it. I'm happy with the move.
If you're gonna get someone like that, and you want a tight end, try to get the best one you can. And that's the type of tight end that it's not just speed. It's not about speed at the tight end position. It's about getting open on third down, working in the middle of the field. Curl routes, dominating linebackers that are guarding you, being too good for the safeties. That's what a great tight end does. Just the safety blanket. You got that, Jimmy G. You got your little Kittle now, buddy.
Little Kittle. Hey, I like Kittle too, actually. I like Kittle and I like Kelsey. I know they're rival teams, whatever.
So
I
no
like
Hooker,
them.
but you can get tight end.
Let's go through and see what the Raiders have remaining here. So there you have it. They don't pick again until the third round. They have 2 picks in the third round, so 2 more picks this evening. Pick number 70 and pick number 100. Yeah, come on in. Via the New York Giants. So they have potentially, you know, room to really pick up some talent late here. We were speaking about this earlier. You know, look at Mad Max, for example. Well, there's a lot of examples. I'll just use Mad Max because I love him. That was talent that was found kind of really deeper in the draft. And he's a beast, and he's really proven himself, and he's a Pro Bowler and all these things. So, you know, you can really get some really good talent later. You know,
You find those diamonds in the rough, as they say. You know, at the bottom, at the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, 10 more picks. That's a lot of picks. 10 picks. So, like I said, even if they hit on 25% of those, you know, that's still 3 solid players.
Yeah, so like we always know we have been talking about is a rebuild, is a just just getting the new guys in, but it sounds like they're trying to get the best. So of course everyone is trying to get the best for their team. But I think there's a lot of smart play behind the picks now.
Yeah, definitely.
So I just got a text from one of my best friends who's a huge Rams fan, and he's like, "You stole that tight end from us.
Wow.
We wanted him. You guys got him. Okay, now we're talking. I had a feeling they'd want a tight end too, but we actually took him from the Rams, coming straight from Rams fans, baby.
There you go.
There you go.
So clearly the Raiders had this sense as well, right? They thought that the Rams were going to get him. So that left the Rams with probably some scurrying to do to figure out if they had to pivot and pick somebody else if they were planning on getting him. So we'll see what they do. The pick is in for the Rams. Raider Art says, props to Ramon Smith for putting all of this together for his customers to come in. Yeah, props to him. If you don't know, he is the one I think one of many, but I'm not sure. Definitely like the leading driving force of this, we'll say, to have Ricky's reopen.
And he's been there working and
What
making
we got
it work.
up there? He doing a little dance.
So thank you, Art, for mentioning Ramon.
All right, let's see. The Rams pick is in. Will they have one fan? Oh, okay.
Okay.
I was like, where is everybody?
They have 3.
Steve Avila from TCU. 22 consensus, All-American. So there you have it. That's who the Rams pivoted and got, since I guess according to your friend, that's who they originally wanted. Huh. I didn't see this one coming. Anybody else?
No, I'm not familiar with his work, so no.
It's just a guard to
Yeah.
protect whoever their quarterback is.
Right. But I mean, that seems to. I mean, if we're speculating, if they were looking at someone like a tight end to pivot to an arm, clearly they knew that was another spot that they needed to fill.
More heavy on the offensive line and tight end position.
All right. Well, it's interesting. Of course, all of these positions are needed: guard, center, and all of that. I know people don't get super excited. These kind of players, you of course need them. They need to be solid, but it doesn't make that splash as a tight end or a quarterback or.
Yeah, people want to get all excited on a flashy player.
Right.
It is what it is.
Yeah. It is what it is, exactly. So the Seahawks, the pick is in already.
I'm telling you,
Oh my goodness.
People know what
they
they want
stayed up
today.
all
They
night.
know what they on the move here. Well, the Seahawks, their pick didn't change, right? They kind of stayed where they were, and with the Raiders bumping up, it probably didn't affect who they wanted anyway. So we'll see. We'll see who the Seahawks get. Side note: I never really enjoyed watching the Seahawks. They don't do it for me.
I like when they used to beat up on the 49ers. I like that.
I like watching Beast Mode play for them.
Oh,
That's
what's
about
that?
it.
They got a D-head.
Defensive end Derek Hall out of Auburn. All right, he looks like a big dude. Look at the size of that guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Good lord.
The 12th man in his neck.
6'2", 254 pounds. I think most of that is in his neck. My goodness.
That neck tackle.
That's where it
Right.
starts.
All right. So where are and we're back. Sorry about that. Well, glad it kept going. And we're back. You know, we were just giving you a break for a minute. No big deal.
Time to get your drink because we're at Ricky's. You know, that's our drinking word.
You said every time you say Ricky's, you take a drink. Well, we should have did that when you showed that list of all our
This
previous
is true.
first round picks.
This is true.
Take a shot for every bust the Raiders have chosen in the last 20 years.
Take a shot or pour one out.
Give me a whole nother bottle.
Did Ray get a cupcake? Let's throw these cupcakes out.
They're
By
okay.
the way. If you watched yesterday, our special guest co-host was Baker Raiderette, and she made these beautiful cupcakes
Oh,
for
man.
us.
Oh,
They are
where is it?
delicious.
Where
They're
is it?
Raiders, of course. They're Oreo cookie chocolate scrumptiousness. But you know what might go good with the cupcake, Mother Moon? Is a cigar. You happen to have any?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Let me tell you where they're from.
All right, well, let's get them. Let's talk about cupcakes and cigars. Two of my favorite things. What do we have now? The Falcons pick is in. All right, they need a defensive end, a quarterback, wide receiver, defensive tackle, and a quarterback. My goodness gracious, what do you with that? They need everything.
Selling team.
Well, hey, I can say that for the Raiders too. The
Hey,
Raiders
hey.
list goes pretty long of who they needed as well.
You said you just need good hits, 25%. If we walk out of here with a middle linebacker and a defensive tackle, maybe a corner,
Yeah.
we did get a tight end for sure.
Yeah.
We got a tight end. That's quality. So good job to the Raiders right now.
Let the moon.
Yeah, have some
Should we
fun.
show these off?
We should.
Oh,
The Violator V57s. We have 6 of them here. How many flavors are there? I've got the black one. You got the gold one, the purple one, the red one. This purple one right here I've had.
shout out to Violator.
Cognac, the cognac collection. That one was really good. This one right here, out of the two though the few that I've had, anyway, this one was the stronger one. I kind of like this one a little bit better. They're all good, but this one's a little sweeter, which is good as well. It's just not always my vibe. Sometimes. What other ones do we have?
I'm trying to get the list of what he sent me.
I have not had this red one. I don't know if anyone's had that. Anyway, thank you, Violator, for these awesome cigars. If you need any, hit him up, order them. So, and if you don't, like I say, every time we say Ricky's, if you don't drink, you can smoke.
That's how you do a draft, baby.
So we have cupcakes and cigars.
Drinks, basketball, football.
So we have the names here.
Tell me,
Okay, so we have the yellow one.
Yep.
Who can see this one?
Is it yellow or gold?
Here's one. He said, can you read that?
Yellow Band is a Nicaraguan Dominican blend, smooth, mild-bodied Maduro wrapper.
Purple, that's my favorite.
Purple Band is a Nicaraguan puro med full-bodied infused with cognac.
Very good.
Oh shoot! Black Band, Nicaraguan puro med full-bodied Maduro wrapper. Also Red Band, Nicaraguan. Same thing, but spicy.
Ooh, the red one.
The red one. How did I know somehow? Oh, red makes sense, right? All right, so let me try this one. Got it.
Yes. So thank you. Bye later.
We have a couple more picks that came in. I missed them, but my bad. So we're supposed to be reporting on this.
Carolina has
But
chosen.
Carolina is on the clock now. Oh, they're on the clock.
Then who's that?
It's, I don't know. Oh, now there's
Commercials. So, we're good.
I know, now there's the commercial. Well, they're going really fast here. I mean, they really just busted out 2 picks in like the past 4 minutes or less. Fishing game was good. What's hating? You know, just hating on other teams. That's how we do it. Nothing new here. Remember, light that torch, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, become a member if you would like, and you can also support the channel by hitting that super chat button down below. We appreciate your viewership.
Yes, we do.
No, I thought you were. I'm sorry. What am I missing? Is there a private joke going on over there? I don't know about.
Oh no. There is not. There is. No, I was just thinking, fishing game. Thank you. I'm a great supporter of the show. So I appreciate you joining in. I know everyone is at their party or at their watching their little shows. So thank you for watching our show.
Let's go over some of the past while they're kind of on a break here. Let's go over the past few drafts classes that the Raiders have had. We'll go with 2022. As we know, the Raiders did not have a first-round draft pick in 2022 because they traded for Davante Adams, and to me, that's a smart move to make. I mean, because the draft is a lottery, right? I mean, you never know what you're going to get. You never know. First round picks could be a bust, and look at Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, who's succeeded. So you never know. So if you know that you can lock someone in like Davante Adams and trade away your draft pick, I think that's a good move.
It's a great one.
Everyone else here, I mean, didn't really do too much, if anything. I mean,
This is
notable standouts from this 2022 draft.
It's a solid draft when you take in the fact you didn't even get the first round pick, but look at Dylan Parham and Thayer Mumford. A lot of people believe they can be a part of the O-line in the future. And then Zamir White is a good running back. He has some Jacobs traits, even a little faster. And then Britton Brown played a lot in the preseason. He reminds me of Latavius Murray a lot. And then Neil Farrell and Matthew Butler, 2 young defensive tackles, huge need we have. If any of these guys develop to be great players, it's going to go a long way for the Raiders. They say good things about Neil Farrell, and he's been working his ass off. So now, if any of these guys emerge and you throw in another guy from this draft or trade, whatever you do, it's a real defense coming up.
All right, fair enough. That's definitely a glass half full kind of look on this. Because
Cut 'em off.
I want production and I want it now. These guys haven't done anything.
It's coming.
We do have another pick that's in.
Another pick is in. Okay. The Panthers pick is in.
They still have a good crowd out there for second day.
Oh, yeah, definitely. The fans are going to be out there for sure. They all want their TV time.
15 seconds of pay.
Right?
15 minutes. For them.
And of course, we know that the Panthers got Bryce Young at number 1. Now, who are they looking to get? Like every time I see like these other teams' fans out there and like their colors and their mascots, I'm just like so grateful that we're Raiders fans. Because like I don't think I could rock some of these colors and mascots, like a turquoise cat.
Can't.
Like, I don't love a turquoise cat. All right, who we got?
Colors kind of like
What's that? Jonathan Mingo, wide receiver out of Ole Miss. They seem happy about it, but I feel like they're getting paid to seem happy about it.
They got a quarterback and a receiver now.
Quarterback and a receiver. There you go. Ran 2 rookies
6'1", 220.
that are going to be hopefully striking a lot of touchdowns together.
See what he has here.
I always kind of when I look at drafts like this, right? I'm not hugely paying attention to someone like who Carolina is drafting because it's not something that the Raiders really have to play or worry about. I'm always looking at who are the Chiefs getting, who are the Chargers getting, who are the Broncos getting. Pretty much any AFC team, but AFC West in particular. But these type of teams, it doesn't affect it.
I know the Chargers got a receiver yesterday, and I think they might lose Keenan Allen. So all that does is cancel out something that didn't even bother us too bad. So
Right.
it's all good.
Fishing Game says we're going CB this next pick. What do you think about that?
I totally think
Think so?
Yeah. Hopefully, it's a good one. Good season. Got to play the bump and run. Real fast too.
Yeah, Fish and Game, do you have a prediction on who might still be available at the number 70th pick in the third round that the Raiders could potentially get in that position? If so, let us know what you think, and we'll discuss that player. And right now, the Saints are on the clock with 2.5 minutes left. So we'll see who the Saints go with. In the first round, they got a wide receiver for Derek Carr to pass intent for.
Throw the ball.
Oh my God.
Not
We
seeing
had
him
a
wide
show
open.
where that was one of the drinking games.
I know. It's a joke because especially going to Oakland Raiders games, there were a lot of down years, and they would always say pass intent for. Pass intent for, because they would never connect. Like if I had pass intent for.
The good
What's
old
good?
days.
Jason Raider. Thanks for joining the show. We appreciate you.
Raiders.
The pick is in
Let's see, Fishing Game.
for the Nylon Saints.
All the car stands out there. I know you're big on this pick.
The car stand. Just a little shade, no big deal.
It's a nice day in the East Bay, by the way.
Fishing Game doesn't have a name for it.
These Saints fans are kind of.
I would love to see our war room. Maybe we'll see it soon. Next time.
They didn't show it in the set. They didn't show it, did they?
Yeah, there's
They showed
just
it in the
one
first round.
quick clip.
Okay. Yeah, I love seeing this inside
I must have blinked.
kind of look here. The pick is in for the Saints. Let's see what they'll do. You think they're going to try to stack the offense now that they got a smooth quarterback?
I think they should protect that guy a lot. I don't give a shit who you got. You got to protect him big time.
Offensive line is needed, you're saying.
You got a good defense.
Yeah, offensive line is needed. Well, let's see. Maybe you're right. The selection. Who was it that was out for the draft? Remember to announce the Raiders?
I want to say Jeff Barnes. I think he had done it before, and he was going to possibly do it on the third day. Mr. Barnes.
All right. Well, we wait for this draft pick to come in. So which?
You got TVs everywhere.
I know. I'm all like, hey. Maybe we'll show a little bit of the room as well. So
They got a
have-
DN.
There you go. Defensive end Isaiah Buski from Notre Dame. So who we got next? Tennessee. Is Tennessee the next pick? So Tennessee got a little depth. Put this back. All right, I'm not mad at this guy for that. I mean, he looks like he got some moves. Looks like a good player. I haven't seen a lot of. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not paying that close attention, but you look at a team like Michigan State or Georgia or the Ohio State, hell, even USC. I mean, I'm not seeing a lot of players come out of those schools, and those are arguably some of the best. Utah? Yeah, but I'm not really. I'm not really seeing. Like Georgia won the national championship. How many guys have been drafted from Georgia? I haven't really seen it.
You're right.
Michigan. I said Michigan State. Michigan. Michigan was a good team last year. They almost went to the final game. So I'm not seeing a lot of Michigan guys come out.
Yeah, they all seem to come out around the same area. They know how to feed.
Notre Dame is in the house.
So as we go ahead and wait for them to get their pick, once again, we are in grand opening at Ricky's in San Leandro. They were so kind to give us this private room. As you can see in the back, there's plenty of patrons back there. We're getting ready for the Warriors game. Inside this room alone, there are 9 TVs. Just 9 TVs, just all throughout. Now look at this. Inside the other room, we have another good 10 to 15 TVs. And then have a beautiful, beautiful lounge back in the end with bright color sofas, closer possibly. But if you haven't come here, please come back and support them and support Ricky's here in San Leandro.
So speaking of a little bit, I wanted to circle back. We were talking about, well, we have the Cardinals, their pick is in. But we're talking about some former players that are, or some colleges that aren't really getting, what have I noticed, any picks. What happened to Stetson Bennett? He is the quarterback for Georgia. He won 2 consecutive national championships. I know he's older. He's like 25 years old because I think he redshirted and transferred or this, that, and the other. I mean, 25 for a college quarterback is pretty old. I mean, there's several quarterbacks in the league that are younger than that. But still, he did win national championships. I mean, and I don't know the answer to this, so if anyone knows, either one of you or anyone in the chat, like, why isn't he in the discussion at all of being picked?
It's like that. People that you totally forget about. There is another quarterback from Fresno State that people are saying, Derek Carr, number 2, literally. And let's see what happens with that.
Yeah, well, I mean, personally, I don't really want a Derek Carr. I mean, no offense. Listen, I don't really have hate for Derek Carr, but he wasn't able to do the job, and that's it. And at the end of the day, if you can't get the job done, then you try to find someone that potentially can. I mean, that's just like business 101. If you can't hit your numbers, then we gotta find someone who will. And that's just it. Just win, baby. And there wasn't a lot of just wins. I mean, a losing record overall. You can give every excuse in the book. It's this, that, and the other. But I digress. What's up,
I think
Rick?
he's going to do well now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's totally going to do well.
Yeah.
He's in a weak division. He's in a weaker conference. He might be arguably the best quarterback in that conference. And then the conference he was in as a Raider, arguably the worst quarterback.
Yeah.
Or at least third best quarterback in the conference. AFC West, I'm speaking of. So yeah, he'll thrive.
Yeah, hopefully so, and I'm sure his brother will be happy for him.
Yeah, look, if the Tampa Bay, the NFC, especially the teams like the NFC East, they're just not dominating conferences, divisions. So if you can play, what do they say? It's like a big fish, small pond type of thing, right? If you can play in a league that's weaker than yours, yeah, you're gonna thrive.
Okay, here we go.
Where are we going?
We're going for the pick is in. The Cardinals.
I don't know. I was just like, okay, here we go. All right, what's happening? Where are we going?
The pick is in for Arizona. Let's see.
It seems like they have a lot of picks. No? I feel like I'm saying like Arizona Cardinals like every 2 seconds.
BJ
Linebacker. Who we got here? Who did they pick? BJ Ojulari. Did I say it? No.
All right. Okay, all right.
See what he got.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Get
What's
Brock
up?
Purdy.
Polari.
What?
I'm pronouncing his last name.
Linebacker that can play edge.
It's good.
All right, who do we have next? It should not be the Cardinals again. Green Bay. All right, so what do we think about Green Bay's new team? Obviously, what's his name? I was going to say Favre. Rodgers has left to the Jets, actually following in Favre's footsteps, right? Playing for decades, it seems, with Green Bay and then going over to the Jets. But now with the new look, how do you think Green Bay's doing?
I mean the same thing. That quarterback, like you said, following the footsteps. Well, he's still following the footsteps of Aaron Rodgers because he sat down and let him play. Now he can come in.
Yeah.
Maybe he's going to be comfortable with the system. Green Bay always has a good offense for some reason. I guess they have some kind of defense. Got some corners over there, like Jair Alexander. And then I know that the Raiders had Rasul Douglas, his quarterback, right? And we got rid of him. And then he went to the Packers and he played good. And then we have our old friend Keyshawn Nixon, who was with the Raiders. He went to the Packers and he played pretty good.
All right, we got the pick is in for Green Bay. Luke Musgrave, tight end, Oregon State. So yeah, looks like they're looking to stack their offense a little bit. Help the new quarterback, give him some weapons, give him some targets.
See what we got.
So we still got Omar's guy on board. Hendon
right.
Hooker.
That's right.
I just think it's so. Hey, can you imagine if he's still there at like 70?
And then he will have a chip on his shoulder to prove.
Well, good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think the Raiders should actually, drafting whichever quarterback is left, but they definitely need somebody else. I mean, Garoppolo could get injured. I always say that because he's been a little bit injury prone. I don't think he has a lot of seasons left. He has a lot of years left. So they definitely need to start thinking, I think, about developing somebody under him. That's the avenue I would take. I wouldn't wait until he's done and then hope in a year or 2 or 3 that they're just going to draft some quarterback that's going to come in and make an impact.
Yeah, I agree. I can bring him in young, get the knowledge and experience from Garoppolo. I mean, but you have to have that young guy wanting to be able to sit back and learn.
Yeah.
They can't have that chip. Oh, I'm good. I gotta get in. They have to be willing to learn.
Especially, you don't have to force it. If you get a quarterback now, you don't have to force it in. But if something does happen and he has to go in, at least you have some talent to run off. Make something happen out of nothing. Even though you might not be too comfortable with the system, exactly, but you can make plays on your own, so you gotta run with that as a worst case scenario. It's not too bad.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And Omar's chiming in here in the comments. He says, hoping Hooker is there at 70. We gotta get this guy a Hooker jersey. Just because. I'm just gonna get him like a Tennessee jersey that says Hooker on it, so he can so he can have his Hooker.
Or his name needs to be like Hooker never
You
showed
should
up.
ask Jimmy G.
Jimmy G wants a Hooker? Jimmy G wants Hooker?
Jimmy G, baby.
Jimmy.
And by the way, Jimmy can throw the ball deep. I've seen it. It's just that Shanahan offense is very dink dunk and hide behind the defense. Jimmy can throw the ball, dude. He can throw the ball. I've seen him in the shootout with the Saints. Look pretty good. If he had to do it, he might be pretty damn good.
Yeah, it looks like the Warriors game is about to start here. So I'm about to get loud. I love by the way, let me show you the room. I love looking around. If you could see, I know you can kind of see behind me, but I love being in the Bay Area because all I see out there is Raiders gear, of course Warriors gear, but also Oakland A's gear. Like, if you're from the town, like you represent, like these people are representing Oakland one way or another.
And this place is so much bigger than what we see behind us as well. A lot of good times here, especially when they had a huge booting party here. I was fun.
Yeah, there's all kinds of separate rooms and things like that. So we're going to take a little bit of a break here, and we will be back soon with the rest of the draft coverage, including, of course, we have to stick around for the Raiders' upcoming picks. So we are going to go on a little break. I hope you stick with us. And like I said, if you haven't already, light that torch, hit that like button, subscribe, become a member, share with a friend, join the conversation. Maybe we'll even take some callers here when we come back from break to see what you think, see what you thought of the Raiders picks and things of that nature. Let's see, who's that comment here? Rick says, I was raised right around the corner from Ricky's. Yeah, thank you for watching online today on YouTube. We wish you could be here to join us. Like I said, maybe we'll take some callers after the break. We'll have you call in. Let us know what you think about the Raiders' first two picks and who you think they should pick for their upcoming 70th pick. But we'll be back after this. We did it. That doesn't mean, he didn't want to show up for his moment. I think it's awesome. Is the first one? Is he the first one today?
First one I've seen, yeah.
First one today. Good for
Because
him.
you're right, it is his moment.
Thank you for sticking around after that break. We appreciate you sticking around. We had to take a short break here. But, yeah, Brian Branch to the Lions. And as you can see, the Patriots pick is in already. I hope the Patriots pick is a flop. I'm not hating. I'm just saying. Cool Kev, thanks for joining us. Oh, I forgot about these. Omar, you're wearing your thong sandals for the draft. Oh my gosh, I remember that. I totally forgot about it. Love Branch from Bama, Roll Tide. Yeah, I'm like extra happy for him because he's there.
Yeah.
So this guy actually showed up for the second round. He was in the green room. He came out. He was looking fly. He was casual fly. Like I said, if it were my moment, what does it matter if it's the second round? Go out there and get your props. You know what I'm saying? Will Levis, he's too good for that, maybe.
Maybe that was an issue.
I don't know. Like, there was some sort of character flaw or something. All right, so the Patriots pick is already in. We're going to, like we were just speaking of, we kind of hope the Patriots flop because, we, as Raiders fans, I think we have a forever hate disdain. Just trying to find a better word
Unless
than
you're the
that.
head coach of the Raiders.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's that, right? Yeah? Oh, yeah, he's out there with the fans.
Yeah, right.
That's how you make fans right there. You'll go and show some support. Or some love, I should say. For their support. That's what I'm trying to say. Alright, the Patriots pick is in. I saw Tyree out there with the Raiders crowd after his pick, giving some autographs and stuff, so good for him.
Yeah.
Signing.
And you want to get those fans. You have a few friends coming out to watch. When he hits that field, he wants to do that.
Yeah, most definitely. Sell those jerseys, you know what I'm saying? Keon White, defensive end out of Georgia Tech. That guy, if you're watching it on the TV live as you're watching us broadcast, that guy was super stoked. Yeah, tell us about him.
I just seen him on a lot of lists. I was thinking that we might be able to sneak him in for ourselves.
Oh, okay. So he was on your list of draft potentials.
All D-line. 6'4", 285.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a big boy right there. It's a big boy. I mean, really, anyone over 6 foot starts to look tall. But when you got 6'4", like at that weight too, yeah, that's a big dude.
I know.
All right, so what do we have next?
Team that had no name a few years ago.
Even his image looks massive.
Yeah, right?
Yes. It's like, and I just love to see these young gentlemen have so much emotion and just love, and the family just give that support. Look at, it gives me chills to to see them being so vulnerable and just not be able to hold it back. Good for them. I love it.
All right, we have Washington. There's a pick in for Washington already. What are they called now? Commanders? Washington Commanders. Sounds weird.
It does. Definitely.
Ray! Ray, girlfriend! You gotta get your cupcake! No! Like, help yourself!
Oh, okay. Man of the hour. Just bring him up.
What happened? Alright, we have still showing some clips here of the Patriots pick. I don't know too much about him, but he looks like he's got some talent.
I don't know. Sorry, was that a question? Yeah, I suppose he does have some talent.
They're picking again?
That's what I'm wondering. Like, okay, so there's a trade made or something?
They've got 6 minutes.
Like, so the Patriots are on the clock at 6 minutes. I don't know. Was there some sort of trade made that I missed? Washington was on the clock. Did they? Okay.
Oh, they already picked.
Oh, they already picked it?
Got that seat.
Thank you.
All right. Did not have a first round. The Buccaneers pick is in. They did not have a first round in 2022. They went 8-9, first in NFC South. That's what we were talking about earlier. 8-9 record, and you get into the playoffs. Yeah, but you have a losing record. Well, at this point, he'll be staying at everyone's division because, as we all know, he's retired. So the Buccaneers select is in. I know, I'm just counting down the picks to the Raiders.
That's what I'm doing. I'm like, when is it coming up? Here we go. Yeah, Buccaneers and Chiefs.
Well, it doesn't come to the third round, so we got a little bit of time. Always. Again, to recap, the Raiders had traded up from number 35, up to number 35, 2 spots to get their tight end.
I'm just looking at Cody Mach. That's a
Yeah, right? Cody Mach, that is true. This guy looks like a Buccaneer. Does he even have teeth?
No.
No teeth, long red hair. Okay, I'm not mad. I'm just describing it. He looks like, put a patch on that guy. He's a mascot.
Right. He has that lovable face, but I bet you cross him, you're out. You're done. Okay. Good for you, Cody. be able to miss him on the field with them.
They already have a guy like that too.
They do?
Their center.
Oh, okay. Well, they have a look. So how many more picks do we have until the Raiders actually
Like
come through
20.
here? Like 20 picks. Well, it is going by a little faster and faster.
Steelers have
This guy's got his own little watch party going on. All right, so we're at Steelers. The pick is in. I love it. Like the picks just keep coming. They're in. They know
They're
what
gonna
they
get
want.
faster and faster through the years. Not that there's not people to choose from. I just think that they know who they want and they're just gonna go after who they want.
And it's funny because you get to thinking to me. I mean, I feel like it would be the opposite way. Like in the first round, I feel like you really know who you want, but it takes longer. You know, especially if you're like the first pick. Like, why is it taking you a full on 10 minutes to choose somebody? Unless you're trying to wheel or deal or something.
I think that's
Unless it's just common circumstance where they want the anticipation and they want to wait and, you know.
and it's all a strike game also. They're not gonna say, okay, they have their pick in 9 minutes. No, they're gonna make you wait. It's all a strike game. Let's see what they choose. And so the other ones, war room is scrambling just in case something happens, you know. So for my game, just like this game,
Uh-oh, our power just went out.
power nap. Check back here.
We get her, it's not that. It's not that. We go get her. We go get her. No, no. Well, how long do you want to keep going? I feel like we don't have much to say anymore. We're not really saying
Get our
anything.
picks. Get our picks.
Hop on later.
This would be the right time to
Yeah.
Yes.
at least to like 6 minutes. Pick 6. You're 7.
Currently.
49. Take a break on 10 picks and come back through 10 picks.
Yeah. You want to order some food? We can talk about the food.
Yeah, I'll order some food. I'm gonna take a good 45 minutes.
Yeah, so then, yeah, get the chicken nugget thingies, please.
Yeah, chicken tenders.
be able to do is all these TVs should be able to show something different. They don't have it set up right. Like it shouldn't be like all or nothing.
Yeah. What's up? Oh,
Need a piece of paper. Oh yeah, you can check it. I'm gonna be done. We are technically on. We can send it in the mail, but I'm not going So we have to remember these. Dolphins has Cam Smith. I'm trying to think of whoever comes up in the meantime. We'll recap a little bit.
So you can't split the TVs. Well, if you need to switch them, I know your jam is for the Warriors. You can switch it. What's that?
We can't have it.
Wait, what happened? No, we don't want people upset. We have to switch it to the should be that basis. Is there any way we can get the draft on your phone or something?
We're live on YouTube.
I don't have that much. I think I have a
I got it. I think I got it. Oh shit, hold on. I got it.
and you're like split screen.
I'll just put it over there once we're done with our break. But there's no reason all these TVs.
It's a good learning lesson.
Yeah, well, we knew that the other day when we came. They were all on the what's the A's game? And they couldn't. And actually, it says it's a closed section anyway, so this is overflow. Like, you should have gotten familiar if you really want to watch it. You know what I mean?
Right. It says close. Maybe it's a preference. Maybe we have the preference.
Yeah, like, you can't really be mad at that if you come last minute and all the seats are full.
And we rented this room.
Right. Well, if that were the case, then I would do it. But I don't want them to lose their business. And they don't want us back. Right. You know.
Actually, I'm having a jacket coat. I'm having a jacket coat. We're right now. It's going to take about 45 minutes. I know, but I think it would be sooner or later. Yes, I'm just looking on here at where we put it in. The first 4 days I worked in oh, I'm not upstairs. That's right. Yeah. Okay. So.
Should we get back on?
Yeah. Can I get back on? Am I in?
All right, y'all. Welcome. Thank you for waiting through the break. We are back. You know, we had to re-up. It took a little time because they're so busy in here. Not that the service is bad, they just busy. Everyone up in here today.
And where are we up in here?
Me, Ricky, and the oh, good lord. All right, that's a decent pour. I'm not
Here
mad.
at Ricky's.
The drinking game alert is Ricky's, of course. Every time we say it, make sure you drink, toke, or twerk. And also remember, light that torch by hitting that like button, subscribe, become a member, and share this video, please. Also, if you'd like to hit that super chat button down below, you can support the channel that way as well. And we are all anticipating the Raiders' next pick, of course. We've got boo. We've got Kansas City on the clock right now. Yeah, right on time to do some hating.
Yes, Kansas City are rivals. And by the way, when we play Kansas City, y'all gotta come out. There's
Yeah.
just way too much blood towards red. I don't even know what it is, but we need to represent. Let's do this. Everyone's out.
Yeah, most definitely. I would say that with any team, Kansas City in particular, but really, unfortunately, every other team has taken over Allegiant Stadium when they are in town. So Raiders fans, you gotta come through. You gotta represent. You know what I'm saying? You gotta represent. I've seen way too many other fans all up in our stadium, and I know that happened in Oakland. Some teams, like Pittsburgh, maybe Dallas, but that was it. That was the extent of it. Green Bay, yeah, you weren't getting the Chicago Bears and the Baltimore Ravens and like every single team, filling the stadium. So yeah, I get it. It wasn't because this is the argument people will say. Oh, well, it happened in Oakland. It happened in Oakland on occasion. It didn't happen in Oakland every single game.
But I think the plus side is, of course, we want our home field advantage. But the plus side is Raider Nation travels well. And so we may not be able to black out our own home, but we may black out someone else's.
Yeah, that's true. And the Raider Nation does travel well, but also every other team travels into Raider Nation. I know, but so get there, Raiders fans. Then get you to Las Vegas. I guess.
Break it.
I guess.
This drink is delicious.
Oh, this is a good point. Rick says LB Raiders, LB8. Next is LeBron James NBA team. I hear you on that one. LeBron James has spoken of wanting to expand, and I think they will get an expansion NBA team. I kind of wish they would have gotten an expansion baseball team or something. Stop taking our team, but it is what it is.
It is what it is, and we've known Midnight for 10 years, right? I mean, 10 years we've been here before we were check and check it out. Don't mess with my Oakland Zoo, though. That's staying put.
By the way, let's plug Ricky's again. Local Bay Area fans, local to the Bay Area, this is going to be the spot where we found for the past several years. It's been really hard to find a local spot to watch Raider games in the Bay Area. And I'm happy to say I think we finally have somewhere where we can do that.
I agree. And this alone has 9 TVs. I'm pretty sure I left here and I think we should play. So that only makes the other part 30 TVs at least.
Oh, yeah. Several rooms. It's a great place to watch. We gotta fill it. And if you missed this earlier, I think you missed this earlier. When Ray was on, Miss Ray, she said that all of the memorabilia is still here. It's in a back room somewhere or in storage somewhere. They have it stored somewhere. And they're just kind of waiting to go through it and seeing which pieces they want to bring back and where they're going to put them and how they're going to decorate. They basically wanted to rejune the place and kind of make it their own, if you will. And then they're going to start bringing in some.
That's what you hear. That's what you hear. That rumor was it all was. It's good to know that they'll pick it to your favor.
Yeah, I heard a lot of rumors. I heard it got sold to Mark Davis. I heard a bar in Vegas was going to buy everything. That was there. I've heard they sold it off by piece. So I've heard a lot of different things.
Okay.
All right.
And then it is Rashid Rice receiver out of SMU.
What do we know about Rashi? Yeah, let's do some highlights here. He's 6'1", 240 pounds. Out, where's he out of? Out of SMU. He's got a prospect grade of 6.0. So the 40-yard dash, it's kind of slow, right? 40-yard dash in 4.5. I think that's on the slower end, huh? Right? Definitely.
Still got lit up by this.
So the overview of him, he's talented. But are they calling it? Wait, what do they say? I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong thing. But they say he's obviously. So they're gonna say. I feel like they're gonna say everybody's talented. His, oh, okay. The best receiver in the draft, and he's going low in the second round. Wow.
Receiver talent. Second round.
Okay.
Just to be the best receiver in this draft is not a big deal.
I mean, to be the best. I hear what you're saying. To be the best receiver in the draft. So there basically aren't any good receivers. Otherwise, you're not going to fall to low twos.
Otherwise, I would.
Right. Who do we have? We have the Bears pick is now in. They are rapid fire. Yeah, Rick said this earlier.
Rick Stevenson.
So something we said, he said, yeah, first round pick 10 minutes, second round pick 7 minutes, and third round pick they get 5 minutes. Yeah, we get that, but I'm saying they come in rapid fire now. The first round, it seems like they take every single second. Tyreek Stevenson, 2022, third team, 28 tackles, 2 interceptions, 6 pass breakups, out of Miami, quarterback. That's what he did in the 2022 season. 2021, honorable mention, all ACC. So there's a little bit on Tyreek Stevenson, quarterback out of Miami. Transferred to Miami from Georgia in 2021. So he kind of split his difference there. Who do we have next, Johnny?
Bears pick is
The New York. Are you sure? Oh, they on the clock. Their pick isn't already. Good lord. 13 more picks, and we get the Raiders. Okay, fair enough.
and Omar.
Lawrence Tynes, 2-time Super Bowl champion. He looks like a character out here.
But
He or she is happy.
we are happy.
John Michael Schmitz, center out of Minnesota. Apparently he's a dog lover.
No, he's
Yeah.
2022 Remington Trophy finalist. I'm not sure what that meant, but a finalist.
nation's best.
The nation's best center. All right. 6'3", 301 pound center coming out of Minnesota. Of course, we don't expect him to be fast. His 40-yard dash is 5.35. But, you know, he doesn't have to really move. So just stand there and don't let people through you.
Hitting 301. That's scary.
That is. This guy is ginormous. 57th pick overall. We're 13 now away from Raiders. We're anticipating what the Raiders will do with their next pick. And the Cowboys are on the clock. It looks like their pick might already be in as well. Drew Pearson is announcing, or
All the big classes too.
2021. Okay, that's a new one. That's a little bit newer. So he's brand new. Well, you know. Let's see. The Dallas pick is in. Yeah, pick is drawn. I think that's lining them up now. I still haven't seen anyone else come out though. Any other players, that is, come out to
No.
grace the stage, which I guess that's
Enthusiastic. Yeah. Okay.
Luke Shoemaker, tight end out of Michigan. We were just talking about earlier how we haven't really seen a lot of guys come out of Michigan, come out of Georgia. 6'5", 251 pounds. I like the tight end position. It's one of my favorite positions. I think it's fun to watch. I like their toughness. I like their athleticism. I like their strength, their build. They always seem to make like really good athletes. They're entertaining on the field. They've got good hands, technical. Yeah, I love me a tight end.
Freaking open.
Oh, you see?
Oh, here we go. A peek into the room. They have a nice wardrobe, by the way. Look at that. It's all shiny and new. It's all lit perfectly. I don't even think the Raiders looks that good for being newer, does it?
I hope to find out.
All right, we've got the Buffalo Bills on the clock. They finished the division first in their conference, in their division. Who do you think they'll go with here? Wide receiver, running back, safety?
I'm very interested in this pick because contenders choking down, did not finish in the playoffs. Just going to see what this pick does. How will this pick make them more threat, set them more over the top? So we're going to see how they do.
Do you think they really chunked it out, though? Because I think they actually got robbed. This year, well, this last season, well, they didn't play that one game because of, was it Damar's injury. That could have changed home field advantage a lot. So that was a factor in where they landed or where they played in the playoffs. Last year, they kind of got the wrong end of the stick because they didn't flip the coin, have the correct coin guess. Like, if they would have flipped heads over tails or tails over heads, then Josh Allen would have been able to touch the football in overtime, and he never had a chance to. So to me, those aren't chokes. That's like bad luck.
I was just gonna say that's just the luck of the.
You know, if you have the chance to touch the football on offense and you don't execute, that's choking. If you choose heads over tails or tails over heads, and you never have your star quarterback a chance to touch the football, that's no choking. It's just not. It's not in the cards. It's not in the cards. Well, that's fair. Fair enough.
And they didn't win.
Tell me.
They went to like 4 Super Bowls.
Oh yeah, in the '90s, like in a row. Right. Yeah, maybe there's like the curse of the Bambino football version or something. Yeah, Bills Mafia, exactly. But we'll see. So the Bills are obviously still on the clock. We'll see what they do. So, what do you say? What is the missing piece to quote unquote not choke or to not have the curse?
Hearing all that is because we are also watching the Warriors game against Sacramento. It is now 34-32. That's what you hear because we're at Ricky's and they are the sports bar of the Bay Area right now.
Bills, they've got another wide receiver. Just make their offense a good wide receiver. Well, for them, hopefully they can do what they want. Von Miller's still there? D line goes crazy. You know, you got weapons and D line, weapons and D line. That's what it's all about.
Weapons, D line, and in my opinion, a great coaching staff. I mean, I hate to admit it, but look at what Andy Reid has going on over there in Kansas City. They are locked in with coaching.
You know, I want the Raiders to finally take over because they had the number 17. They were up 17. I think they just blew it. Okay, that 17-point lead for Kansas City was the best Raider football I've seen in years, for decades. It was, and they lost that game. But that's what this team can be if they're doing everything right. That's the standard that they really are. I know they're capable of doing that. So it's just a matter of keeping it together and hopefully somebody doesn't make any bonehead mistakes and it's really short moments so we can really win those games.
Yeah, exactly.
Middle pick is in.
Yes, the Raiders have a 70th and 100th pick coming in the third round. That's what we're waiting on. And more, we're getting close.
I know, and they're going so quickly, so it's not going to
Yeah, it's not going to be long.
No, it's going to be a few minutes. Yeah. He's stalling. What is going on? This game. There we go.
It's
Osiris. The Bills pick Osiris Torrance. What do we have out of Florida here? Just a baby. 2022 consensus All-American.
It's been about 7 there.
It's interesting the photos these guys are choosing to submit. Mom gave him the nickname Cyborg. All right. Yeah.
It's a little scary.
Right, exactly. Transferred to Florida from Louisiana in 2022. So you seem like you had, Johnny, you seem like you had some insight on what the Bills needed. Do you think this is a good pick for them?
I think it's a really good pick because if you want to win those games, and maybe the quarterback can do better now than they have before. So they probably don't take so teams are good when they play this game where they mind collapse and balls. They have more chance pieces. You don't have that game where you just lay it in.
Yeah, most definitely. Oh, but we got the Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals is already up. The pick is already in. Right?
They got a corner.
They got a quarterback out of Michigan, DJ Turner. Okay, now we're starting to see these teams, these colleges, Michigan, these names come up a little more. Look at, he was at Clyde.
Look at, I just, once again, I'm going to have to say, all those emotions right now, all his hard work that he's put in. Oh, but he's cute. He's not scary, so that's okay.
He's cute. He's 5'11", 5'11", you know. We would love that. We want to see Devontae eat him alive. He's a good player out of Michigan, though. I think this is a good pickup for anyone. I actually wouldn't mind the Raiders picking up. What if the Raiders could have picked him up?
Good hands there.
You think the Raiders are still going to go corner? I think they're going to go with like an offensive lineman or something like that.
I know. I feel like if they got an offensive line, people. I think this is the time for them to make. If they're gonna make that pick, that's people are gonna be like, "What the hell?" I think this will be. But then again, I think they might find it.
You think people will be mad? I don't think so.
Oh man.
Well, I thought people wanted it in the first round. I still want to know.
That must make sense, right?
But think about all the corners you get in the first round and the tackles you know in the first round. It didn't really matter too much. Now you're just going to do it all over again. Not really impressive.
We got the Jags, and the pick is in already. These picks are just going rapid fire, which I am here for because I want to see who the Raiders are going to get.
It was 70.
70th.
Rickies! That's all I got to say.
Fair enough.
Which, if you didn't know, that is our word of the day is word.
That's right. And remember, everybody, if you haven't already, light that torch, hit that like button, subscribe. You can become a member and hit that super chat button down below if you want to support the channel. We appreciate you all watching our coverage today and yesterday. And we are coming at a hiatus. We've been on hiatus. These are our first shows in quite some time, but we are going to start doing our weekly shows again, starting May 10th, Wednesday, May 10th, the Raiderettes Roundtable, and we're going to have former Raiderettes back on our show, either weekly or bi-weekly. We're starting to book them now. So if you want to hear the stories from inside the Raiderettes, the football's fabulous females locker room, make sure to tune into that. They have great stories about Elle Davis in particular.
Yes.
Wonderful
Go back and
stories.
watch some of our episodes. We have had some other Raiderettes on, and let me tell you, their personality and their spirit and just everything about them, it's no wonder why they were chosen as Raiderettes. Love this lady.
Yeah, most definitely. They're awesome. So the stories are endless. Their sisterhood, their camaraderie. If you want to hear a behind the scenes look, a behind the scenes story of what it's like to be a Raiderette, make sure to tune in to For Life Our Raiderettes Roundtable here on For Life Our Raiderettes Network. Every week we have a couple shows. We also have Our Take and Couch GMs. So yeah, check us out. We had a hiatus and we're ready to get back out. We back out and communicate with y'all, Raider Nation.
And we have a lot. You can call in. We have some shows you just call in, and we would love to hear your opinions on whatever is going on that week. So
Let's put the caller up for just for fun. Let's see. Let's put the call-in number up on the screen right now in case anybody wants to call in and let us know what they feel, how they feel about the Raiders' first two picks, especially the first round pick in Tyree Wilson. The number is up on the screen, 510-394-4409. If you want to give us a call and let us know what you think, there it is. And about the second round pick as well, I think the consensus on the panel right now is we're happy with both picks, correct? So again,
You never know when the right guy's going to be.
yeah, most definitely. We have the Jags not on the clock anymore, but they are. Their pick is in, and their war room. They look like they're at
this guy's yawning.
a courtyard by Marriott in the downstairs banquet.
But you're right. Exactly what it is.
It looks like it. Just saying.
Arms around the table. Okay.
Not hating, just saying. Looks like a lovely night out there in Kansas City, Missouri. Is that where they are? Is that where that is? All right. The pick is in for Jacksonville.
Remember what they did to the Chargers? Came back from 27-0.
Bye, you gone.
Tight end.
Side end out of Penn State, Brenton Strange. That's strange. I think we're seeing a couple tight ends now. 6'3", 253 pounds.
Solid.
Yeah, tight ends coming up the board for sure. So how many, you said that earlier, it's a lower class of tight ends. How many more, legit prospects do you think are out there?
We got better one.
Okay, fair enough.
got the best bet on the one we got.
So you're saying it's a smart move by Ziegler to bump up those couple spots to snag that tight end.
Especially since it's confirmed with the Rams. Really like that.
Right,
Especially Rams fans.
right. They thought we were going to get them. We snatched them. Pillaging just for fun. Thank you very much. Next, we have the Houston Texans on the clock, and we spoke about this earlier. The pick is already in. We spoke about this earlier. We think they killed the first round, the second pick, the third pick, and now let's see what they're going to do with their pick here in the second round. All right, gun show. Juice drugs. Guard at a Penn State. I mean, how do you not like a guy named Juice? He seems like he's going to F this up, you know what I'm saying?
I need the back and forth.
Oh, center. Sorry, I said guard. My bad. Center.
They said
Ah.
and they say something.
All right, so which one is it?
Versatile.
Versatile guy. I like it. I like it.
My closet side is 6'3", but didn't catch the weight.
We got a quarterback.
Woo, the food is here. Come in. Come in. We have get in here. Get in here. Get in here. The fabulous lab of Ricky has brought us all of their lovely food. We got what we have here. Chicken tenders. We have some fries. Thank you, darling. Thank you. We got some sliders. We good.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And that ranch is her ranch.
Thank you so much. We spoke about this earlier. The food is bomb here. How many more picks do the Raiders get here? 7? All right.
Denver Donkeys on the clock.
On the clock.
Haven't seen them in a while.
Center. Let's take a little food taste here. What do you say? Well, you got a lot of food.
I did. I
Some
ordered
seasoned
the
fries.
beautiful tender, chicken tender, and the seasoned fries. What they come out? It's almost like a Chinese Chipotle. Oh, yes.
Delicious. Can I try one of those sliders?
We're the biggest fry eater in the world.
Fries are really good.
Once again, if you're just joining us, we are at Ricky's. Ricky's is our drink of the day. Here in San Leandro, they are reopening. It is fabulous. Every sport you can imagine. There's 30 plus TV, plenty of room, outside seating. It's just, it needs to be here in the Bay Area. It's easy to get to. So come on down. We'll be here for a couple more hours at least.
Yeah, we'll be here till at least, well, at least the Raiders get to their 70th pick. But yeah, this food is bomb. We might have to take a little break to partake. So we'll take a little break while we eat this amazing food here, and then we'll come back once the Raiders hit their pick.
Come back.
Yeah, don't go anywhere. Stay with us.
They got to receive.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They were shutting him down for years and years and years.
We are. Okay, so we are about 10, 15 minutes off to get to the Raiders' choice of 770. I'm going to say that. This is why. So stay with us. We will be back We cannot wait to see who the Raiders are going to get. I'm so excited. I'm really feeling good about this. We have to support our team. We have to, back our GM, whatever choices we'll talk later on during, season how it's going to be. But right now, we're all in.
All right, y'all, we're going to enjoy this fabulous food here that Ricky just sent us, and we will be right back. Please stick with us, and we will see you after the break for the Raiders' 70th.
Okay, I guess this is yours. I ordered one chicken for him, one chicken
Why
for
don't you come over here?
Thank you.
All right, we are back, everyone. Thanks for sticking with us through the break as we enjoyed Ricky's delicious food here. We are heavily anticipating the Raiders pick, which is coming up in just a few minutes. I feel like it's like New Year's Eve or something, and like the countdown has begun. We're gonna be like a 10-9. The Broncos just picked. They're picking in Drew Sanders, linebacker from Arkansas. We are only, 2 picks away, 3 picks away from the Raiders here.
We're in time to see Detroit. The Raiders are.
Right, behind us. Oh, we have more. Drake, girlfriend, get in just in time to celebrate. Get in here, girlfriend. Just in time to celebrate the Raiders. Excellent. Our girl just brought us some drinks. Right. Thank you, girl.
You're welcome.
I'll take them down, pass it around. We appreciate you. Thank you. All right, yeah, food is going. Thanks for that.
Thank the chef.
So, perfect timing for us to cheer a new Raider who's about to be initiated into the Raider Nation in just a couple of weeks here. We've got Houston and the Raiders.
I'm excited. You're right. It feels like New Year's Eve, the new start, Christmas morning,
All of the above.
Corner, D tackle, linebacker, surprise on the offense. You don't know what they're going to do.
Rick says, how are we feeling about the draft so far? I'm liking the draft so far. I like who the Raiders got in the first round, in the edge rusher to have our boy Mad Max. I like who the Raiders got in the second round, a tight end to hopefully replace. We all know we got rid of Darren Waller. So, yep.
Good. Who do you think's up next? Who do you think we choose?
Yep.
What is your prediction? At this time, it's
I was just gonna say that. I hope we get a sneak peek inside the window. Like, I feel like we haven't gotten a lot of that. So, yeah. So we're happy so far. Rick, what do you think? I mean, I hear a lot of people complaining about the number one pick, which to me, I don't understand. I mean, defense, defense, defense. That's all anyone talks about. Defense wins championships. The Raiders need defense. Sure, they need a lot of things, but why not start with defense, in my opinion? You picked up your quarterback, or you think it's going to be your quarterback, right? So why second guess that decision to go with another one? You know, the year prior, they picked up Devontae Adams and wide receiver. They need to get Jacobs already finalized. You know, that needs to happen. The rumors about Renfro, you know, he's still on the team, so he hasn't gone anywhere. I mean, that's looking like a pretty solid offense to me.
Yeah, we're still around. So I don't know. It's like one of those days. It's like you can't choose where you're gonna go. You can't do it.
Every pick is just getting more exciting.
I think that's it.
I feel like the picks were coming in fast, and now that we're waiting for our Raiders, they have slowly started to come in, right? All of a sudden, we're like,
Detroit's been on this shit forever.
totally.
Since like we came back.
Hey, we didn't stop eating for this shit.
Look at that. There's a linebacker. Trenton Simpson is Mel Piper at best linebacker right now.
Young guy. Did I miss?
Look at that sneaky eye.
You got a sneaky eye?
Oh!
Oh my, you're due. Hendon Hooker finally went. What can I say, my friend? Oh, well, whoa. Didn't they predict he was going to Tennessee?
I don't know.
Felt like they predicted he was going to Tennessee.
That's family love right there.
Let's go if we can cut through. I think we might have some Hendon Hooker highlights because we actually thought he was going to go a little earlier, right? We weren't expecting this. Or Omar was there. Let's cut to a little Hendon Hooker highlights here.
Maybe we might get our hands on.
Right.
Now the thing is even more open.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. And honestly, like if they really wanted him, maybe they could have worked something out. But like I said, I feel like they have their quarterback. You made that decision for Garoppolo. They made the decision for Garoppolo. You kind of just gotta stick with it, right?
Yeah, you do.
Like go with the dude that you said you were gonna go with. Again, I would not have minded somebody to back it up. Some new talent here. But he is going to be a Detroit Lion. I mean, the Lions are known for being a great team. I mean, this is no secret. So they kind of can gamble a little bit in that aspect, right? Because it's like, hey, if this guy doesn't work out, hey, y'all still suck. No, Omar's heartbroken. No.
His jersey is saying, I almost had it.
Almost
The
had
Lions
it.
now have a hooker, and they also have a bunch of gamblers in the locker room.
Yeah, there you go.
No roar whatsoever.
The Texans pick is in, and of course we have the Raiders up next, and that's what we're all here for. So let's get to the Raiders already. Totally. The Texans pick is in. Alvin Hooker, Devon's dad. Okay, he was a baller too. I don't think I knew that. In fact, I know I didn't know that.
about to choose a Raiders.
Raiders.
I'm ready to choose. Once again, if you're wondering, there are so many Warriors fans here. Raiders, homegrown, everybody up
So
in
many
here.
people here. It's a packed house. Ricky's was generous enough to give us their own private room here. They call it the fantasy room. They call it the fantasy room because during football season, this is going to be a fantasy football room. So they will have different games on the TVs. You can come in, you can watch all your fantasy football teams. I think whatever sort of interaction they have going on. I'm not sure, to be honest with you, how it's going to work. But it seems to work. I don't do fantasy football. Do you participate? Yeah, no, I don't either.
But if you do, and when we are back, we want to be co-hosts. Let us know.
Yeah, or just come hang out in their fantasy football room. There's also a private room that they have in the back. It's more like a loungy. They have shades, and then the regular bar out here, of course. So Ricky's is open. It's live. It's well. It's thriving. It's a cool joint to hang out with. It's in the East Bay. Some of them are going to be having watch parties here for sure. For Life Our Raider Story, we will be going to you live here, hopefully for many times over this season. Yeah, the food is bomb here. Their bar food is bomb. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's not like I'm like, usually go get the dry like chicken tenders. This is like homemade.
Raiders on the clock.
Raiders are officially on the clock, y'all. 3 minutes left. Like I said, I feel like it's New Year's Eve and the ball is about to
The
drop.
pick is in.
The pick is in for the Raiders.
Take the hooker out. Oh my God. Get the hooker out of the way.
We might have to break some YouTube rules here. I hope we don't get cut off, but we might have to bring this to you all the way live. They won't let us. It's actually blacked out. We can't break any rules here. But the Raiders pick is in. The number 70th pick. Wow. I'm excited. I'm here for it. I am here for it.
Okay, tell me what you think of their chat. Sammy, who do you think the Raiders are?
I honestly have no idea. Like, it just seems so wide open. They're going to be able to fill every void with a pick, though. That's for sure. 12 picks. They're going to be able to, whether it's a hit or not, I don't know. Who knows the actual plays. But to be at least be able to attempt to fill every void. Let's go. All right. We're still flashing back to headed. Oh.
Alabama D tackle. Can't go wrong with the Alabama D tackle.
D tackle?
You can't go wrong with an Alabama D tackle.
Did that just happen?
That's what it's showing right now. It's pretty.
Is that like
Yeah.
Oh, they went to commercials.
Oh, come on! Yes, the Raiders in the third round. And they, what the heck? It's right over the Raiders!
They're mad. They
Why
know.
are you hating?
They know we got a D tackle. They know we got a middle of the defense.
They basically just skipped right over the Raiders. All this anticipation.
all this? Oh, I can't even. Okay.
Sue the media.
That's insane. I mean, we know they do some foul stuff on the field. Comments, right? Did we miss something? Okay.
Yeah, I barely even got to see what the Raiders shows. Good Lord.
We got a D tackle, and they're so scared hated
right
there.
back.
That's why you're the most hated. Little sorry petty thing that they try to do to us. Really? Okay.
One snippet. Yesterday with the pig, we had all like champagne and we were cheering.
But we got what we want. We have a detective.
There we go.
Okay.
Kendra Miller. No. Wait, they went to 71. Oh, wait. Oh, this is Saints. Oh, they moved on. They're waiting.
You were gone. I got what I wanted. Now I got a detective. I don't care. Joke is on you.
Talk about what we got
NFL media.
since the NFL skipped right over us.
And we didn't even get to watch highlights of the guy. Check it out. Bring up the whole draft profile of this lady.
You saw who it was?
I just feel we got to look at that. Alabama. Byron Young.
In the chat, tell us.
How do you guys feel about that D-tackle? Just principle
Byron
actually
Young.
got a D-tackle.
Byron Young, defensive tackle out of Alabama, is who the Raiders picked in the 70th spot. Yeah, they did us a little dirty there. I don't think so.
We need to find someone that's somehow right in the week of IMAX. We're doing cheers to our team anyways, okay? Right? Cheers to it.
It's like your best pick because I have to take it off the air.
So how do you think this is going to help the Raiders?
You got and to go to the middle of the problem. Raider Nation, your D line is coming together. It's coming together. I know you still want to hopefully you can get that.
Yeah, I hope the corner can come too. Like I said, they have a chance to really hit on every position needed with 12 picks. Are they all gonna be like gems? Probably not. I mean, that's hard to do, but at least they'll have the opportunity to try to.
Oh
do
yeah,
So we're gonna pull up some highlights here in a second. We're trying to pull it up. They kind of did us dirty, so we're playing catch up just a little bit. So thanks for bearing with us.
Okay, so I mean, I can't be mad at that. I mean, it's good.
obviously glaring need for the Raiders defensive tackle.
Thank you, Spicy Raider, for pulling this up. It's kind of ripped off. The draft.
The Raiders just got one of the biggest leads.
So there's some highlights from the Raiders' 70th pick there, even though they kind of skipped right over us.
Chaos on the defense.
Wow. All right, I don't think we're going to stick around for the 100th pick, but we thank you all for joining us. We want to thank Ricky's, of course, for hosting us.
Give it up for Ricky!
The third quarter of the Warriors game just started back up, so we are going to probably just enjoy the festivities and carry on. Again, we want to shout out Ricky's Violator Cigars, Baker Raiderette
Oh my gosh, we
for
got
the
everyone.
cupcakes,
And our special
and our
guest.
special guest co-host, Johnny from the Nation Motivated. Thanks for being here with us.
Thank you all. If you ever want to join in, let us know. Take care. But you know how we go out? One
We
way.
go one way and only one way. Raiders! Remember, light that torch with that like button. Bye, y'all. Thank you for joining.
Thanks for joining.
If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, hit that torch, hit that like button, share this video, and we will see you weekend.